Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us here at NASA's Kennedy Space Center for the STS-127 countdown status briefing for Space Shuttle Endeavour's upcoming launch to the International Space Station. Joining me today is Steve Payne, NASA Test Director.
Good afternoon, Ken.
And Kathy Winters, Shuttle Weather Officer.
Good afternoon.
We'll hear from our panelists and then we'll take questions. Steve.
Thank you. I'm happy to be back to report on the status of the STS-127 launch countdown. This is where we want to be in launch countdown. As you know, we've been repairing a leak in our hydrogen vent system that we discovered during tanking last Saturday, just after midnight. The repair work is going well. We've already removed and replaced our ground umbilical carrier panel, or GUP, quick disconnect, and the seal. We've installed shims to align the carrier panel on the side of the external tank. We're currently in work installing the hydrogen vent line and have completed the initial torques of the assembly. Overnight, we'll be adjusting the pivot assembly, we'll perform leak checks on it, and retest all electrical connections that go through the carrier panel. Tomorrow morning, we'll be reconnecting the ordnance that goes through it and begin performing our standard pre-launch closeouts of the equipment. We expect to have all the work completed by 3 p.m. on Tuesday afternoon. Upcoming events in our launch countdown, our final flight crew equipment stowage begins a little after 5 a.m. on Tuesday morning. At 10:15, we expect to have a rotating service structure rolls back, and we'll begin our crew module configuration for flight. At 1:15, we'll pick up the clock at T-11 and resume at that point. We'll begin our external tank loading preps and start clearing the pad by 3:15 on Tuesday. Our external tank loading is scheduled to start at 8:15 on Tuesday evening, and the count will continue through flight crew ingress at 2:20 in the morning and launch on Wednesday morning at 5:40. Launch window is 10 minutes, starts at 5:35. We adjust to the middle of the window, 5:40 in a few seconds. The 17th offers us a flight day 3 rendezvous only. We don't have an option for flight day 4 rendezvous on that one. Let's see. Our teams have been working very hard over the last couple of days to get this piece of equipment fixed. They've risen to the occasion and they've put forth an outstanding effort to try to get the repair completed on time. I understand that Kathy may have good news for us. Endeavour is in good shape, and the teams are excited to be back working towards a launch on Wednesday morning.
Thank you. Kathy.
Well, I do have good news for launch. Weather is favorable in the morning. We do have a 20% chance of KSC weather prohibiting launch on Wednesday morning for launch. So weather is overall favorable. We do have some weather in the area right now, though. Looking at the satellite picture, you can see there are some showers in the area and even potential for some thunderstorms. We are watching very closely right now to see if any of the KSC area is going to be affected by any thunderstorm activity. So you can see there on the satellite picture, a lot of it is moving in from the northwest as an upper level disturbance is moving into the area. And also we did have our sea breeze convergence as well. So with 2 triggers, we do have that chance for getting some thunderstorms today. Going into our launch, the forecast, let's talk about tanking. We do have a chance of having an upper level disturbance again move through on Tuesday evening. With that, we do have a 20% chance of lightning within 5 nautical miles during tanking. And so we have that is a constraint for tanking. So 20% chance of KSC weather prohibiting tanking on Tuesday evening. Moving into our launch forecast, overall weather looks good. There is a low pressure area that's going to be moving off the Carolina coast, and that's going to give us a little bit of enhancement probably up to the north. So we just have a slight concern that there may be a shower or a cumulus cloud in the area. With that, we have a 20% chance of KSC weather prohibiting launch. For SRB recovery, weather looks good overall, just some isolated showers in the area. Winds from the southwest, 5 to 10 knots, and seas just 1 to 2 feet. So good weather for SRB recovery. For our in the U.S. Abort sites, we do have a slight chance for showers and thunderstorms within the area at Edwards, but our weather at Northrop does look good. And Spaceflight Meteorology Group is forecasting good weather at the TAL sites, just mainly overall good weather, just high cloud ceilings in a couple of the areas, but overall not expecting to violate any conditions on launch day. If we do happen to delay 24 hours, we're a little bit more concerned about that low pressure area that's going to be dipping off the Carolina coast. It drags a front closer to our area up to the north. So with that, we have more concern for cumulus clouds and a slight chance for showers. with that, we have a 30% chance of KSE weather prohibiting launch if for some reason we happen to go on Thursday. And for the Kona sites in the U.S., for the abort landing sites, weather overall looks good at both locations, Northrop and Edwards, with just scattered skies at Northrop and just a high ceiling at Edwards. No concerns there. And Spaceflight Meteorology Group is also forecasting good weather at the overseas abort landing sites as well, and just high ceilings again in some locations. And if we happen to delay 48 hours, we don't have as much concern about a boundary in the area. It moves further off to the east, and so weather improves again for us. So each day, not a big concern, but on this day, again, just a 20% chance of KSE weather prohibiting launch due to the concern for showers in the area and also cumulus clouds. And the abort landing sites in the U.S. both look good again if we happen to delay 48 hours, and also the overseas sites look good as well at all three locations. So bottom line is, the first day weather does look good with just a 20% chance of KSE weather prohibiting launch. Spaceflight Meteorology Group at Johnson Space Center is also forecasting good weather at the TAL sites.
Thank you.